I was talking about this last week, where in the report, and Roger Goodell didn't have anything to do with it. It was other people conducting the investigation, and they came to him about it, and basically they made a ruling. But probable, like, this is stuff they use with Tom Brady, like probable reason, reasonable doubt, or something like that. Nothing that just said factual, you know. And this is where I see this going. And it's going to be ugly. It's going to be another black eye, and I shouldn't say that because that's not what I meant when I say that. But for the situation, it's not a good situation. Because if it comes out that the NFL basically was just trying to, that Zeke did something, maybe a little something, maybe not everything, but the NFL was more worried about how their image would look, or the image would take a hit, and they give somebody 6 games that shouldn't got 6 games. You can put that right with the whole Colin Kaepernick thing, and people already talking about they're not going to watch football. Because I said this already last week. I'm like, how did you get more information or have stuff, that seems to say you have more information than the police does? I don't know. Grego in here, Patriots lover, Patriots fan, says Tom Brady, more probable than not, was aware of all the balls being deflated. That's the rule that allows cops. That's that rule that allows cops to pull you over. So that's my fear. I don't know where to side on this, because I'm gonna keep watching. I'm gonna keep, trying to make my own interpretations and make my own decision for myself, and not try and let anyone veer me one way or the other. But I'm just thinking, like, if you're giving somebody 6 games, I'm not saying you got to have a video like they have for Ray Rice or anything like that, but you got to have something concrete, real concrete, So I'm hoping it's not the NFL, covering something up or I don't know. But I'm going to keep waiting. I like the comments that y'all putting in here about it. But it's not over. I'll say that. This thing is not over. This thing is going to go on for probably the rest of the season, just like Brady stuff did. It's gonna go through the season. Zeke will probably appeal. They'll probably put it through a process. He'll probably play, may get through the whole season. I don't know. And then we'll be dealing with it again in another few weeks. But I really wish there was something else, to this thing, So let me go back. Big L's been getting killed in the chat room, so hopefully, Rough Buff has given him a break. But shouts out to Clay, Pretty Ricky Davis, who's also in here listening to the show. So I appreciate you, sir, for tuning in and sharing your evening with us. Let's see, what is Sluggo talking about? There should be a smoking gun in order to suspend a player for 6 games. I don't see one. So, again, that's what I need, like, because it's such a serious situation that you want to make sure you get that right. You want to make sure if you're going to tag that to someone and saying they have, and again, this could be the NFL using that terminology, just like Grego was saying, because it's not really from unless I'm incorrect, it's not really like they're following under domestic violence. They're following under the conduct policy, and maybe the conduct policy deals with domestic violence. I'm going to say I don't know that part, so I'm not acting like I know that part. But it's like they're trying to take that terminology, fit it into whatever they're trying to get done. And I'm just saying, whatever it is, if Zeke, I've said this, if Zeke did it, yeah, you need to get that tag. You need to get that title, because it ain't cool doing that. But if there's something there that makes you thinking like, I don't know, or what, that needs to come to light too. We need to know what's going on before we tag something with something like that. I hate, for both parties going, through this situation if one is innocent and one is not, or whatever. But that's the world we live in, unfortunately. Victor Morrow said Zeke is the smoking gun. He's gonna keep getting in trouble. Nah, I think this is it, Victor, because he already see, I can't, whatever it is, even the pulling up of the shirt and all, I can't be really doing that, man. I gotta grow up. I gotta stop all that immature stuff. Not the whole hitting on someone. That's not immature. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about the other stuff. But we're going to move on from that and get off that topic. And we'll still stay in football. We're going to get ready for the NFC North review. But before we do that, we're going to take another quick little break and we'll come back and we'll talk Lions, Bears, Packers, and the Governor's Vikings. Be back in just a moment.
This is number one Chief Rocker Jersey Vern on a Recap Monday doing his recap show. We're going to talk about sports, entertainment. We're going to have call interviews, on the spot calls. This is just a show that will bring nothing but passion and joy and understanding to all the listeners on the Two Live Stews radio platform. The number one Chief Rocker Jersey Vern.
All music artists, lend me your ear. Looking for that hot beat to make your next hit? Go to farrelljaromusic.com. Tired of paying for overpriced studio time for mediocre beats? Go to farrelljaromusic.com. farrelljaromusic.com offers industry quality hip-hop, trap, R&B, and pop beats that will take your creativity to the next level. We know it's hard to find dope beats out there, so don't waste any more time searching YouTube or whack beat selling websites. Go to farrelljaromusic.com today to cop the beat for your next hit. Mixing and mastering services available too. Once again, go to farrelljaromusic.com. That's FARROJARRO music.com for the hottest beats in the game.
This is Key C from the
Kicking It With Key C show.
On the newly rebranded Two Live Stews Radio Network. We will continue to bring you the hottest, most interesting guests and commentary in the areas of social, politics, culture, music, and more. Continue to tune in.
Let's go, give it to you.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I am Vince Wright, the sports governor, and you know me from the Sports Done Right show. But when I'm not doing Sports Done Right, I'm in the executive mansion chilling with the Wait a Minute show. That's right, Jelani, Lopan, indeed. Keep it tuned here, y'all. The Wait a Minute show. My name is Vince Wright, and I approve this message.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back once again. It is your man.
It's the Wait a Minute show.
Jelani JB Bodie and my man Lopan, who is back from the bathroom break. Lopan, you were kind of in there for a long time, bro. What were you doing in there, Lopan? I mean, number one or number two? Ooh, that's nasty, man. Nobody needs to know that. I was just joking. You didn't have to say nothing. So, Lopan is back. But Lopan has been listening on his phone. So he just pointed at me and he just lipped the words of Big L. So he just basically, Big L, he's saying you're getting bodied by Rough Buff. So you need to do something about that. But we're going to talk about this NFC North. We'll keep the train rolling. We're doing all the divisions. So we got a couple more left and the season to be starting then. So we will dabble into the NFC North. Now, before I say anything about this, I am a Detroit Lions fan because I'm originally from Flint, Michigan. Everyone knows that because I keep talking about it. So I root for the Lions. Go Lions. And all the other three teams hope your stinking guts, all your games finish in ties. But that is not the fan Jelani talking. This is going to be realistic Jelani talking, looking, analyzing, and being realistic with the situation. So, recap of last year. This is how the NFC North played out. Last year, in last place was Big L, which means for big last. The Chicago Bears. They finished 3-13. The Governor Vikings went 8-8, so they were 500. My Lions finished number 2 at 9-7, and the pack of Aaron Rodgers finished 10-6 and won the division, and actually made it to the NFC Championship game. So, I'm just taking a break because I gotta be real. I gotta be honest. So I'm not trying to change up anything. So how this year I see playing out in this division in the NFC North. In 4th place, I got Big L Chicago Bears finishing in the same spot like they did last year. Mike Glennon, regardless of what he says, I believe he is looking over his shoulder. You don't draft someone number 2 overall and you want to tell somebody this is your team to Mike Glennon. No, it's not. No, it's not. The Giants drafted Eli, or San Diego, actually, technically, drafted Eli number 1 overall. And Kurt Warner was there. And Kurt Warner had won a Super Bowl. And Kurt Warner did not stay in New York. I don't even think he finished the season. He knew what was going down. So Mike Glennon, he knows what's going down. He knows Trubisky is going to be hanging over there. And Trubisky had a good first preseason game, so everybody's going to hype it up even more. But this team is starting over. They're starting over. Jay Cutler is gone, so he went to Miami. I know Mocha don't like that, but he did. They're trying to figure out this QB situation. You can't run this year and then just think Trubisky's going to step in and run the same thing he did last year. No. They do have a bright spot, though, on this team. Jordan Howard. This brother, I saw him play in Indiana. And Jordan Howard, man, he's just a football player. You know, it's not like he sticks out as far as like, oh, he has this tremendous speed or he's so shifty or anything like that. He is what you call a football player. He just knows how to play football, you know. So I think he will face a lot of trouble. Again, he's going to get the same treatment like Todd Gurley because they're going to want these wide receivers to prove themselves. You got basically a whole new cast of wide receivers. Cameron Meredith is back, but Victor Cruz is on there. Kevin White, you can say he knew because he still really ain't played any games, you know, that mattered. Marcus Wheaton, he was in Pittsburgh. So you got a whole new wide receiver class, if you ask me. Defense is not what they used to be or where they should be, as we're used to Chicago, the monsters of the Midway. So I got them finishing last, you know. It's going to be a couple years before I think the Bears really start making moves, you know. Number 3 on my list of the NFC North review. Governor, your Minnesota Vikings